Thursday's Metro, their front cover, is leading with this story, a government minister asking people to be less gay while in Qatar. If you know anything about gay people, it's very difficult for us to be less gay.
We've asked you, and it's failed.
What do you make of this one?
Are you doing this on?
Oh, yeah, well, my name's on the top of it.
But, have a crack.
Basically, James Cleverly, the Foreign Secretary, has been accused of tone-deaf advice to gay World Cup fans heading to Qatar, which is, as we all know by now, a country not known for its open-mindedness towards homosexuality. So he urged fans to be respectful of the host nation during the tournament in Qatar, where homosexuality is illegal. He said, one of the things I would say for football fans is, please do be respectful of the host nation. They're trying to ensure that people can be themselves and enjoy the football. And I think with a little bit of flex and compromise at both ends, it can be a safe, secure and exciting World Cup. So if you just stop holding hands, then they'll stop beheading you.
Okay,
that's sort of common. I mean,
this is kind of reminiscent of what there were councils, or at least areas in Germany, when there was the migrant crisis going on, and they were distributing leaflets to women saying, given that there's lots of Muslim immigrants now, maybe you might want to wear more modest clothing.
Yeah.
In other words, victim blaming.
Yeah.
And it's a similar thing, isn't it?
Well, it's similar, but the obvious difference there, of course, is that that's happening in Germany, where you say, well, hang on, we should be able to assert our Western values, whereas this is, we're going over to Qatar. Now, I'm not saying it makes it right, but it makes it slightly different from the example you're saying. If it was something more minor, let's say manners or something, one does adapt to the country you're in, right? That's normal.
Yeah.
Like in French, you have a go at speaking French and they hate you or whatever. But this is obviously a little bit different. It is a bit bizarre to ask people to not be gay. He's got himself in a bit of a pickle here,
He
Clem.
didn't quite say
no.
I think they've
people are being very unfair.
Kind of hinted at it.
He said something a lot more mild. I mean, the Telegraph had like "be less queer" as a headline. He didn't say it at all. No, but the problem is you having the World Cup in Qatar. That's the big problem. That's where this all comes from, and that's why we're in all these pickles. In general, I think we should be much more bold about our own culture. I don't buy into a lot of cultural relativism. We should say we have better values.
Yeah.
But if you are going over to a country that has these laws, what's going to happen? Well, it's a bit irresponsible, for example, for people like Gary Lineker to have a go at Cleverly and say, well, they should be doing what they want. But there's a safety issue.
Yeah.
The truth is, I don't think the Qatari government will be arresting any fans for holding hands. It would be such a disaster for them to start doing
that. But they've already arrested Peter Tatchell for demonstrating, and this really exposes the lie of all the corporate virtue signalling that we see. All the football players taking the knee for Black Lives Matter, but then playing in Qatar, where the stadiums are built by slaves. They'll literally be playing on the death sites of slaves.
I mean, surely the solution would have been not to select Qatar as the host country. Rainbow
laces and pride flags and stuff in this country where the battle's to a certain extent already been won. But then going across to Qatar and playing,
it is easier to fight a battle that you've already won, isn't it? Anyway.